Joining us now on the Notre Dame Day Hotline is a man Notre Dame basketball fans will always remember. Three-time All-American, had an outstanding decade-long career in the NBA. Welcome to Notre Dame Day one, Kelly Tripucka. How you doing, Kelly?
What a lead-in. I guess you guys knew I couldn't sing, so it's a tough act to follow.
Well, we were trying to get them to sing your name as the lead-in, but that wasn't happening. Now, Kelly, your father was a quarterback under Frank Leahy in the 40s, and like so many Notre Dame athletes, you followed a family member's footsteps to South Bend. So how did his experience and just kind of Notre Dame being in your life up to your point of coming here help in your decision to come to Notre Dame?
Well, it wasn't the reason why I went there, but obviously I knew about my father's career and his success not only at the college level at Notre Dame, but also at the pro level. And growing up as kids, I have 5 other brothers and a sister, so there were 7 of us, and Notre Dame played a significant part in, our childhoods. When you think about hearing the Notre Dame Victory March, I knew it when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, watching Notre Dame games Saturday afternoons on television, watching the replays that didn't have the game on Sundays. Lindsey Nelson used to have that famous saying, "We moved to further action," and things like that. So, and of course, in our high school, we had our rivalry game on Thanksgiving Day. My father would blast the Notre Dame Victory March, and the whole neighborhood could hear it. The windows would be open and whatever. So it was a huge part of us. I had a sister, my one sister. She went to St. Mary's. So I went out, made a couple of trips out to Notre Dame when I was younger, not knowing that I was going to head that way later on. But my father never put pressure on me. When it was my turn, I had a choice, thankfully, to go to pretty much any school I wanted to. And, I narrowed it down to about 4 schools, and I took my trips. And I just thought at that time that it was the right place for me. I wanted to make a name for myself basketball-wise. I knew about the football tradition, but I certainly thought at that time that Notre Dame could become a powerhouse in basketball. And my father said, "Hey, you make your decision. It's up to you. I already went, and did my 4 years and enjoyed it, but you got to do what's best for you." So my decision was to go to Notre Dame because I felt at that time it was the best for me, and it turned out to be a great decision.
Yeah, I'd say it worked out pretty well. You go to Notre Dame, then you play, as I mentioned, in the NBA, and now a commentator for a number of years, and you called Notre Dame's NCAA tournament games in Brooklyn for Westwood One Radio Network last month. So you get to that Stephen F. Austin game. How difficult is it to not be biased, especially when you're getting to the end of that game?
Well, a lot of people had asked me that, too, because I got a lot of my phone was blowing up, as they say, the kids like to say, wondering how I was, calling the game and trying to be unbiased. And that's just what you do. It was a lot of fun. And, I've gotten to know Mike Bray a little bit over the years, and he's done an outstanding job. There's not enough words to explain, I think, exactly what he's meant to that program and the job he's done. I don't think he gets enough credit because I know sometimes his hands are tied as far as getting kids into school and picking up the talent. He's not like a lot of other schools where you can just, get anybody in or whatever. But every year you think that they're going to be okay or just average. Mike gets them back in the NCAA tournament. He has great success. And, just speaking to some of the kids, they really love him. They respect him. They respond to him, and they play hard for him. And you can't ask for any more than that. And, the last 2 years has just been an indication, I think, what he's done for that program. And the kids this year played an exciting, NCAA tournament. Every time they seemed down, they were never out. They never give up. They never quit. And it was just interesting to watch, guys like Zach August and Demetrius Jackson, leaders. It comes down to leaders, senior leadership, guys that have been around, and they respond. They trust their teammates. When you trust your teammates and you believe what you can do and you listen to your coach and he believes in you, you can get things done. And that particular team this past year never quit. They found a way. They made plays at the end of games, and they were fearless. You put all those things together, they had a great run, and nearly got themselves an opportunity at the Final Four. Disappointing, but certainly, a great last 2 seasons, and they have much to be proud of. And certainly, Mike Bray has as good as it gets in the coaching ranks, Notre Dame should be very thankful, and I mean really thankful they have a guy like him.
Yeah, last 2 seasons, 2 Elite Eight runs, been fantastic. And certainly for you, there have been obviously a lot of great players through the history of Notre Dame basketball. So what did it mean to you to be named to the program's All-Century Team in 2005?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, when you think about it, even way before I started following Notre Dame, Austin Carr was a big influence, in my being attracted to Notre Dame. He was the first, real modern-day true star. I always kid in Austin. I've got to know him over the years through basketball and the pros and through Notre Dame that the original ACC was named after Austin Carr. So, that's the house that he built. He put Notre Dame on the map, was just a great, great player. And I think then in turn you had the Adrian Dantley, John Shumate, Gary Brokaw years, when they stopped UCLA's 88-game winning streak. And I think, that's when people started to recognize Notre Dame and gave them some publicity. And then it was an opportunity that I had to go there. And, I played with some fantastic players. We had a great 4 years. When you go back to my freshman year with Dave Batten and Duck Williams, and then the year after that was with Bruce Flowers and Bill Lambier, those guys, and Bill Hanslick and Rich Branning, and then my group came in, and we had a great freshman class with Gilbert Salinas and Stan Wilcox, who's now the AD at Florida State, and you had Tracy Jackson and Orlando Woolridge, God rest his soul. We miss him. And then, years after, Mike Mitchell came in. Unfortunately, he got a knee injury, but he was a great player out of California. And, John Paxson. So, we had some great, great players. In fact, Joe Klein played with us for a year, but he transferred. So, we had 10, 11 guys that ended up, playing in the NBA through my 4 years. And, you think about the crowds, and in fact, I was reading studying up on the Notre Dame games for the NCAA tournament this past year, and it was interesting to go back and look at the crowds. I think we were 60-5 in my 4 years at the ACC at home games at Notre Dame, and 61 of the 65 games were sold out, and that's nowhere. They haven't even come close to that. So that was the type of atmosphere. That was the type of program that we had at that time, and that became, the reason why we got popular. And we weren't a member of a conference. Things are very different now. That's another reason that attracted me there. They were independent. They played all over the country. We came back east to play at the Garden, played in Philadelphia. We played at UCLA. We went down south into Texas. We went up to Marquette and DePaul. We played, as I always say, we played anybody, anywhere, at any time. And, you talk to people over the years who watched us and remember me, and I get a lot of those people
right.
that say I either cost you money or you made me money or whatever, but they remember that their Saturdays, basically Notre Dame was on every weekend on national TV. And that's how you get known, because in this day where kids are one and done and leaving, our guys all stayed 4 years. That was the deal. And they grew up with you. People saw you develop as a freshman to a sophomore, to a junior, to a senior. So, and that's why a lot of people always said, is Kelly Tripucka still there? I mean, what's he been there, like 8 years? So that was the fun part of it. It's a different game now. It's a different atmosphere. But at that time, we were pretty significant.
You certainly were, and the Tripucka name is very significant in the history of Notre Dame. And Kelly, we really appreciate you sharing some of those memories with us. Thanks a lot.
It's awesome. Have a lot of success, guys. Sounds good. And as long as you never ask me to sing, I'm okay.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it very much.